Alright, welcome to part 2. I left off by talking about taking the oxys when I needed them. So I was supposed to take one tablet every 4 hours, or as needed I think it was, and in between take Tylenol. So I was taking them just when I went to bed, just to really hold that pain while I was trying to get some sleep. Also I was getting really bad migraines, and I was also like taking them at night for that too, so to help with the headache, help with the pain. But I didn't take them during the day. I stayed with my mom for like a week, and then I went home. And a week? 2 weeks? Maybe 2 weeks. Somewhere around that time. Because I went back to work after like 2 weeks. At some point, it was nighttime. It was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was trying to sleep. And I was so cold, because now it's June. It was sometime in June. It's summer. I had the AC on. And I was freezing cold, but I was sweating. I was sweating profusely, and I didn't know why, because I was like shivering. I was literally shaking, and I was sweating. So I spoke to my mom, and we're like, okay, we should call the hospital and figure out what's going on. Or rather, I took my temperature. I was 101 point something, so basically having a fever over here, which is dangerous after surgery, because generally fevers tend to mean infection. Called the hospital, told them everything that I was feeling. The surgeon called me back. I spoke to her, and she's like, it's up to you. You can come into the ER now, or wait it out and see how you feel. It could just be your body reacting to everything. It doesn't necessarily mean it's an infection. I was like, okay. So we decided to wait till the morning. Because again, it's like 10 something at night. We don't want to go back to the hospital at that time. The fever broke, and I was fine. I didn't sleep all night. I did not sleep, and I had such a migraine. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I need to sleep. I'm in so much pain. I need to sleep. My mom gave me oxys before she left to work, and I started feeling sick again. I felt so sick. So I'm like, you know what? I wasn't looking at my prescription. My mom was giving them to me, and I was just taking them. So I looked at my bottle. She had my bottle and my stepfather's bottle on her dresser. He was prescribed oxys as well. However, she was accidentally mixing our doses. So he was prescribed 2 oxys. I was prescribed 1 every 4 hours or so. She was accidentally giving me 2. Not on purpose. It was completely by accident. But she hadn't known. I hadn't known, because she had mixed it up. So when I looked at the bottle, I'm like, oh my god, I was supposed to only be taking 1, and I've been taking 2. That's why I've been feeling so horrible. So I called her, and she just was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I mixed it up. It's supposed to be Rodney getting the 2 of them, and you're supposed to only be getting 1. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, we at least know why now. I had a random fever, and I've been feeling so horrible. So at least we caught it early enough, but after that, I did not take the oxys anymore. I was like, I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Any pain I was in, I just took Tylenol. And I want to say that was only like 4 days, maybe. So for the rest of the time, I was just taking Tylenol, because I was horrified of taking the oxys. I was like, nope, not doing them anymore. Anyway, so during that time, I was, being yelled at basically to go outside and walk and walk and walk and walk and walk, and it was so hard. It was so hard. I was walking like tiny little steps, and I was in PJs the whole time. My hair looked crazy. And, for a while everyone thought basically like I was overreacting and I was over-exaggerating, and it kind of sucked that everyone thought that, because it's not fun. Like, I'm trying to get through this. Like, it's not like I'm not trying. But eventually we went to, I think it was a checkup. And they did, or rather, I think it was just because I was still in so much pain and I was still having so much trouble that they didn't. That's when I went. They did a CAT scan of my kidney area, and they learned that I had some, I don't want to say like internal bleeding, but there was blood there basically, like an inside bruise. I forgot the word they used for it, but it was like an inside bruise. That was basically causing me to take longer to get better, and I also still had air in there from when they put air in there. They blew up my stomach. So that was why it was taking longer for me to get better. So I was like, finally, I'm not crazy. I was really going through something. I mean, there was nothing that could be done about it. They were like, you literally just have to like just wait it out and just keep trying, keep walking, keep doing your best. But you just have to wait it out. There was literally nothing I could do or they can do to make it be better. The entire experience right after was very hard, very humbling. Literally the night I came back from the hospital, I wanted to take a shower. Like, I hadn't showered basically the entire time I was in the hospital. Like, I want to take a shower, I want to put on PJs, and I want to go to sleep. Because again, it was nighttime when we left the hospital. And I just remember needing help to shower. That was the hardest thing. Like, 25. I was 24, I guess, at the time. And I needed help shower. So my mom had to help me get in there, you know, hand me whatever I needed because I couldn't, like, bend down for the soap. I couldn't do this, you know, I couldn't do that. Couldn't even brush my hair. It was like, but I needed to try. And I ended up not brushing my hair because I brushed my hair in the shower. I ended up just washing it, putting the conditioner, washing myself, and then getting out. And, you know, she had to help me get in and out of the shower. And it was just, I couldn't believe it. Like, my mom hasn't helped me shower since I was a baby, like, since I was smaller. And she had to help, you know, wash me, basically. So, you know, that and people helping you, you know, get up or get, you know, sit or whatever the case is, like, helping you in so many different ways was the most humbling experience. Like, that's when you really realize, like, I can't do anything for myself right now. Like, I literally just had surgery, and when you're so independent and doing what you're doing every day, it definitely throws you off. But after a while, I got better. I was fine. I went back to work. After 2 weeks, my stepfather, he was A-okay as soon as he got back from the hospital. Came back that Friday. And, like, that week after, he was out there mowing the lawn and planting flowers and fixing his cars. Like, if he didn't just, you know, just have a surgery. It was a little hard. I was happy to see it, but it was also hard because I was there struggling so hard to get better. And he was just, you know, out there doing his thing. But above all, it was such a great experience to see that. Like, seeing him get up in the morning and go outside, mow that lawn, or just be outside planting flowers. It was just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. And seeing that transition from the 4th of June, the day before the surgery, to after, how you can just see how healthy they look. It's just nothing like it. Nothing like it. And knowing you helped, that you helped do that, it's just amazing. So, yeah, I went back to work after 2 weeks, and my job, of course, there was restrictions on what I can do. I couldn't really lift anything heavier than 20 pounds? I forget. But I couldn't really lift heavy stuff. So my job was like, nope, you're not lifting anything. I work in an office. But I occasionally help out, sending these packages and things out. So they were like, Ashley, nope, you're not doing that. Sitting was a little hard. Sitting for long periods of time at my desk was a little hard. So I was grateful that my job had these desks that go up and down. So I can stand or I can sit. So I was, for a while, like standing for a little while, sitting for a little while. I did have to walk for a while. Like, I was kind of like protecting my area because like it hurt to walk. So for a while I was literally just like holding my side like this. Just because it also hurt still, but also like it almost felt like I was like protecting it. Like nobody accidentally bumped me. I can't. I did accidentally get bumped at one time. Forget when it was, but that was a little painful. They felt so bad. They were like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. It's okay though. But yeah, so my job was like super helpful. They were just like, are you okay? Do you need a moment? If you need to lay down upstairs, like, you can, just let us know. You can take whatever time you need up there. Because we were like on the bottom floor, but we renovated the bottom floor, so we moved everything downstairs. So upstairs was basically empty. They were like, if you want to go lay down, you're totally fine. I didn't really do it though. I literally just was like, okay, whatever, sit, stand, sit, stand. And that's what it was. After that, I would get these like, once I was like basically healed, like my scabs fell off. Those were kind of like cool to see. My scabs, my cuts, they weren't sewn shut or anything. Like they weren't with stitches. They like closed them with like this glue basically. So eventually like the glue and the scab fell off and I was left with my scars, which I will show you. And for a while, like in certain spots there, not even just like my scars themselves, but like in that area, I was getting these sharp pains, like needle point sharp, like if someone was taking a needle from the inside and poking me outward. It was so painful that like it would come and go randomly, and it would be like I'd be doing nothing or I'd be walking and it would just happen. And sometimes it'd be that I'm like in the middle of something and it happened and I'd be like doubled over in pain because it hurt so bad. So eventually I went back to the doctor and, because they wanted to double check that it wasn't like a hernia or something like that, which it wasn't. They had to do another CAT scan. And, she poked and she poked and she poked and, I felt the sharp pains and she's like, it seems like it's lined up with where the sutures are inside. So basically where they sewed me up on the inside. And she's like, it's lined up exactly at those points. So she's like, what I'm thinking it is that the sutures are rubbing against your nerves and the nerves are causing the pain. Again, there was nothing anyone can do about it. I literally had to just let it ride out. So she's like, we could send you for like pain management, in which case they would just numb the area. And I'm just like, there's no point. I'm not gonna do that, and it's kind of pointless. I literally just wrote it out, and after a while it stopped. Yeah, I don't get those sharp pains anymore. That lasted for about 3 months after, because she said it could last like, I think she said it could last 4 to 6 months, and I think it lasted like 3-4 months before it stopped, or 5 months, 3 to 5 months. And then yeah, I was just totally okay, and it was a crazy experience. I don't feel like I had the best side of the recovery, because I've also seen stories of people who were like amazing out of the gate recovery, but everyone's different. I would never go back and change it. If I had to go through that all over again with the same exact outcome, I'd do it immediately. Because right now, my stepfather is doing amazingly well. I'm doing amazingly well. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had my issues still within the last like year. But it happens, and it doesn't make me regret anything. There were some research that I saw that some people, they got, depression and after the surgery. And I do think I ended up getting depression. It wasn't immediately after the surgery. The surgery was in June, happened in like around October. It started September, October, it started happening. I